I made a video titled Mike Norman and Cardinal Virtues Just Can't Win, pointing out these two's stupidity and running to the defense of troll warns, claim that proof is not proof, that he would attack sorts of proofs for the existence of any theist gods. The two titled trolls slithered from their home bases of slime to defend their ineptitude in the comments of my video. They brought the lying, corrupt, cowardly troll warned along for moral support. It ended badly for them. Stuttering John, got the ball rolling with, I agree, Billsy Bob, there is no winning when it comes to you. I do, however, find it a little strange that you mention insults that have been directed at you. You've mentioned my speech impediment, called Theo a Nazi and murderer, called Cardinal Virtues an idiot and referred to as a blubber, and so on. You deal much more in insults than in substance, and you brag proudly about the names you call and intend to call people. Clearly you can dish it out. Why do you have such trouble taking it? I informed Sonny that I live by one simple rule, Stuttering John. Treat everyone as they treat me. You don't like it, go fuck yourself. As well as, called Theo a Nazi and murderer. You are either a liar or your brain stutters as bad as your mouth. I called Christians those things due to the texts of Christianity. If you call yourself a Christian, then you've adopted the mantle of what a Christian is. That definition is clearly delineated in the Christian texts. This led him to proclaim, well, your brain stutters as bad as your mouth. I guess I'm a little unclear then. My disfluency has only ever been as bad as 5%, meaning that I stuttered on one word in 20 at one point and has markedly improved since then under most circumstances. Do you mean that at least 19 out of 20 of my ideas are correct, and that I've only got to, at most, sort the remaining 1 in 20 out? I'm 95+% right all the time. If so, I thank you. However, I fear you may be having a bad time with similes again. To which the only response was, glad you admit to being a liar. Because if it is not your brain as you would have us believe, and since you, everyone else, and I know what you've stated is not the fact, then you are simply a liar. Liar. What was Cardinal Corrupt's hilarious contribution to this whole thing? He's going to be really embarrassed when he looks at a dictionary, say Merriam-Webster's, and actually reads the definition of sort. To which I responded, you're going to feel like a real fool if you ever get a clue. Unfortunately for you, buffoon, Troll Warned and Stuttering John gave me their definition of the word sort. By the way, I'd like to remind you of this. That was me talking to Troll Warned. Sort of proof doesn't mean nearly a proof. It means one of a few or many kinds or sorts of proofs. It works for pregnancies too. Uterine pregnancies and tubal pregnancies are two sorts of pregnancies. That was from Mike Norman. And this, argue if you want, Billsy, but Mike clearly understood and you clearly did not. You're wrong. That was from Troll Warned, agreeing with Mike Norman. And this is me to Troll Warned. So don't attempt your usual method of weaseling out now. Warning him not to attempt to weasel out of this definition he gave for sort. You missed that though, huh, simpleton? You've simply proven that simpletons of a feather flock together. What was that liar Theo Warner's, Troll Warn's first volley? In reply to Cardinal Corrupt, he wrote, it's actually simpler than that. I wrote the sentence in question, and I'm happy to clarify it now. I would attack proofs for the existence of God. Problem solved. That's what I meant and what I mean now. I would attack proofs for the existence of God. Please tell those other than Cardinal Corrupt, Mike Norman, and yourself what the fuck your clarification means, other than proof is not proof, fool. He came back with, I'm not sure what this whole proof is not proof thing is that you keep talking about. I have stated quite clearly above that I disagree. I would say that proof is proof and not proof is not proof. But just to remind you, I do affirm that all arguments for the existence of God that I have encountered have failed to convince me that God exists. You're not sure. So you now admit that attacking proof is an absurd statement, or are there nuances in the word attack as you attempted to tell me there are in the words yes and no? The yes and no alludes to his and my Skype debate, in which I asked him if he believed Jesus existed, and that Jesus was murdered and tortured so that Troll Warned could be forgiven for anything he sets his corrupt mind to. Troll Warned refused to answer and attempted to tell me that the definitions of the words yes and no are something I don't understand or are missing. What are you talking about? Over your head, huh? I'll slow down for you. You said you would attack proofs. You stated that proof proves stuff. What in your mind would be the impetus for attacking something that proves what you're attacking? What would be the purpose? Is the word attack something the rest of us aren't getting? I would attack a proof because I feel that the proof is flawed. The purpose would be to establish truth. So proof doesn't exist. If a proposed proof is flawed, it is not proof. It is a supposition. Correct. If a proof is flawed, it is not a proof. That said, if a proof is not flawed, we are to affirm it. What an ignoramus. So proof doesn't exist as you claim seems wrong. So proof doesn't exist as you claim seems wrong. That's not my claim. I was voicing the results of your statements. I'll explain in your monosyllabic language. Everything out of your mouth stated that proof does not exist. Of course, you boys will miss that too. As for affirming something that affirms something, knock yourself out, kid. I'm glad we agree. Do you understand now what I mean when I say that I would attack atheistic proof because I feel that theistic proofs are flawed? Theistic proofs are not flawed. Thought I made that clear to you. There is no such thing as a flawed proof. Get it? Of course not, Weasel. As for your claim of theistic proofs, I covered this in the video. You're stating theistic proofs are a figment of theistic imagination and not proof. Of course, this contradicts what Mike Norman said above and what you agreed with, Weasel. If you mean to suggest that theistic proofs are not proofs because they are all failed, then we agree. I know you agree, Weasel. Want to know how I knew that? Because I'm the one that proved they are all failed. Or did you forget you were in the camp of the believers before you ran into me, Roman Catholic? And again, theistic proofs are not failed. Thought I made that clear to you, Weasel. There is no such thing as a failed proof. I would attack those statements which persons think are theistic proofs because they are in fact not proofs. Glad you finally seen the light, Weasel. Good. So, going back all the way to the beginning, do you now understand why I would attack Christian apologetics? I don't give a rat's ass why you feel the need to attack Christian apologetics. But trust me, if an asshole wants to make a fool of himself, I'm fully willing to allow said asshole to, Weasel. Not if they're proof. Is that what you are suggesting? Forget the word proof. Please, oh God, please, let me off the hook. I'll do anything you say. I'll agree with anything else you want. Just let my stupid, Weasley, corrupt, lying ass off the hook. I think that's what's causing your confusion. Do you understand that an argument can be either successful or not successful, true or not true, convincing or not convincing, however you want to use it? Ah, what a weasel. However you want to use it, then we'll use proof. Okay, do you understand that an argument can be a proof or not a proof? Quite aware. Okay, I would say that theistic arguments for the existence of God are not proofs. What do you think? I agree. Good. Later. Oh man, piece of shit. Is that it? What was the purpose of this line of questioning? To confirm your statement that you would attack proofs as absurd? Because you already conceded to that. Right here. The line of questioning was yours, not mine. This is one lying piece of shit. I will not even venture a guess as to how it must be to be a human being the likes of you, Troll Warned. You corrupt weasel. You simple trash. I'm only hoping to make sure that my claims are clear. Making your claims clear. Your claims, you, are quite clear to everyone, boy. Are you claiming you didn't say you would attack proofs? No, I'm claiming that I'm only hoping to make sure that my claims are clear. No, so we know you said it. What claim are you trying to make clear? That attacking proof is not absurd or that it is? My claim that theistic arguments for the existence of God are not proofs that God exists. We have met the Theo Warner and it is garbage. What does this have to do with your statement that you would attack proofs? Forget that statement. Please, just for me. I'll do anything. Now, using the language we've agreed to here, the more correct statement would be, I would attack arguments which purport to be proofs for the existence of God because I believe that those arguments fail. Or what does that have to do with your statement that you would attack proofs? I've already answered you. If you didn't get the information you want, rephrase the question. Is attacking proof absurd or is it not absurd? You've defined proof in such a way that there is no such thing as false proof. Thus, it is absurd to attack proof based on your definitions. So under my definition, it is absurd to do so, which would equate to only under my definition. Yes. Thank you, like pulling teeth. You once told me proof proves stuff. That proof for the existence of a God would prove that God's existence. I'm now quite curious what your definition of proof is. I'm still awaiting Troll Warn's, Cardinal Corrupt's, and or Stuttering John's replies to this simple question. Don't expect to receive it. If you thought this was bad for you, Troll Warned, Cardinal Corrupt, you ain't seen nothing yet. I baited a hook called Jesus and the Golden Rule Suck in hopes of catching a particular group of flounderers. You, Big Lundy, and your subscribers. It worked to perfection. You all responded as ordered. I'm working on the response video to your replies. If you think I've had you scumbags crying in your soup so far, wait till you see this one. You boys and girls are just too much fun. The most I've had since being on YouTube. I don't know if I could ever let you go.